Going load in. What's the light still coming? Ah! I'm a little bit under the weather today, and my voice obviously sounds a little bit different, or at least I can hear the difference. And I've got quite a few videos to record, so this will be interesting. But we're going to do our tournament first. It is going to be a long tournament, because unfortunately I got knocked down into champions. So we're going to see how that goes. Obviously we're not jumping straight in. It is a case of the farming runs are still ongoing. So just waiting for it to finish. I mean, usually I've died before this. Let's have a quick look. 26 trillion per hour. But I'll start streaming just so that I can make sure everything's set up and correct. This wire is going to bug me. It's in the wrong place. Oh, my baby tower's finally at 4.5 times speed. I'm just trying to save up to unlock auto pick perks, because having to pick them manually is heckin' annoying. Hey all clouded, thanks for popping in to say good luck. Yeah, I mean, I just woke up. I stayed up late last night, so I've got like 3 hours sleep, so I'm absolutely knackered, but hey, I thought I'm actually off work today so I can stream. I haven't tied my hair up and it's annoying me, but should be fine. But thanks for checking in, all clouded. Right. I said I wasn't going to check this, but it's going to bug me. I've got my tournament mission, so that's perfect. Got that, it almost killed me. Well, it did almost kill me. The second this drops, I'm basically dead. Am I going to hit 6,700? Honestly, my farming runs usually end by now. I literally thought I'd press stream and it'll be like, farming run done. But I think we're going to break 6,700, which is awesome. Still can't farm tier 14, unfortunately, but we're getting there. Might just change the music volume a little bit. There we go. I have broken 6,700. How far is my farming run going to go? Hello, game. I honestly thought I'd be jumping like straight into the tournament. Getting a little bit of lag on this left account. One thing that I'm thinking about as well, so as most of you will know by now, I got a sponsorship through UGPhone. And they've actually been really good about the fact that I said, like, I want to be truthful about it. I don't want to be like saying this is amaze balls, get it, no need to worry. Like, it does have its downsides to other cloud phones, but it is actually a really nice, like, cheap version, and it does what you need at the end of the day. But basically, it's like 73 megaseconds. Yeah, megaseconds, not milliseconds. Sleep deprived brain. Yeah, so it's like 74, 73 milliseconds per like ping, whereas I'm at 33, 32, 35, so like it jumps around obviously, but on my normal ones that I've paid for, but this is set up to be in America. I can set it to, I believe there's a Germany server, so I need to switch it across to a Germany server, but it resets the phone when you change server, so it means I'll have to set everything back up again. But I think when these paid ones do run out, I am going to look to basically use Ugphone unless I can get a sponsorship on this one. But I really doubt that I'll be able to get a sponsorship with the other one. I'm not mentioning the other one because like I just compared them and it's a bit unfair. How am I still alive? Like, hang on, I'm just going to show you what I mean. 6,600, 6,300. This one we ignore because I was trying something else. 6,500, 6,400, 3,900, 6,600. This is the furthest we've managed to survive, and I swear it's just because I wanted to stream. It's literally the only reason. Yes, damage is leveled up. That'll be a nice buff for this run. It's actually great that damage is the first card that I've got, up to level 6. So I have decided, oh my god, my coffee's making me gassy for some reason, but yeah, sorry. Gonna get all the commons up to level 6, and then we're going to go back into drawing for Dimcore. I feel like that's just going to be a much better way to do it because I spent so much trying to get Dimcore and had no progress, and that's why I've not really done any update videos on this version of the tower, because literally I've just been getting nowhere because I've not been getting any good pulls. If we get to 6,800, I'm just going to start questioning everything. I wonder, actually, I think I might know why it is. I mean, this one didn't even do as good as... Right, so I can start this tournament, but I'll just quickly grab that, and then push cards. Oh. Do I have everything I need in here? So we've got range, landmine stun, crit chance, enemy balance, plasma cannon, energy net, energy shield. What do I have on my farm? Just the interest went wave skip. So yeah, I don't have wave skip in here. Ideally, I do need to save up for more card slots, so I might do that after I get them all to tier 6. Actually, a few more card slots. So just make sure I've got the correct cards in. Push it, and then make sure these are the highest level that I can get them. And that's literally all my money spent. And then we can start. Yeah, sorry. Going back to this one because that can wait a moment. This bug is starting to annoy me. Please, please, devs, fix the fucking history bug. Scrolling through for eternity just to check one fucking thing. Pardon my French. See, this is the way sleep deprived brain works. I said pardon my French and I thought, gracias. Because I watched Mr. Bean Holiday yesterday. But you know. That's the link in case you were wondering why I'm saying gracias for French. I even did the head bobble. That was such a bad Mr. Bean voice. I do better, but it's because my voice is a bit raspy today. 10th month, 11th month. Here we go. Can I please check? Okay. I did get a level of health regen. And that's possibly what's pushing me up a few more waves. So we'll start this tournament first. Oh, there we go. I'm going to be dying now. So that's not really too bad. I got a little bit extra. So 210 gems. Right, so I've got a choice here, but I'm going to go with enemy level skip plus. This was also going to help me. I know I could have clicked the extra 10 on the enemy attack levels there, but I think for legends I'm better off clicking the plus level rather than the normal workshop. So we'll get sorted now for the actual tournament. I managed to pull mythic version of free utility upgrades, so that should help a little bit. Not going to be surprised if I do not pull the ancestral, but this is where all my reroll shards are going at the moment. They're not going to go anywhere else. I'm going to max out what I can get for econ. It's just unfortunate that I'm not getting what I need. So now change over to G-Comp. And then we can upgrade this. So we'll click a level in here. I do need to get Golden Tower duration actually as well up. That's another econ one there. So everything's where it should be. And then aim that. Aim the raise. I am actually looking forward to buying the event boost for this week because you get an extra 1% defense, so that's amazing for my build. It was a cheap week this week. It was only the new Crystal Cave and Crystal Tower, so that's really nice. Tower health is going to be helpful. Knockback force I'm not really fussed by. Bot range is going to be another amazing one. So this is definitely a week that you want to get the event boost. Like the fact that you get bot range and defense percentage, just can't beat that combo. Well, for a defense build anyway. Right, so I have not changed my cards. Let's not make that mistake again. Been using push rather than tournament. I need to rework my tournament build. I don't think... I was just thinking, I don't think I actually need to... Checking. Two different builds anymore for tournament and push. I feel like they can both be the same. Because I've given up on damage for now. I can't even speak. Armored enemies... That's not so bad for my build. Enemy speed, that's fine. Attack speed, that's actually great. Tank ultimate is a bit annoying, but manageable. Death to fire down, that's fine. So yeah, we've got pretty nice conditions this time. I don't think I'll be like getting much happening. Like much need for nuke and death to demon mode even in this tournament, but they're there. So nuke is a bit questionable in my opinion. So the thing that kills me typically is scatters, and I have chain lightning on and everything, but my damage is so low that it doesn't deal with the scatters at the point that I die at my health. So nuke doesn't really work against scatters. It's the biggest issue I have. I feel like there needs to be something added in so that when you use nuke, it kills all scattered children that are going to be spawned. Because otherwise you're literally dying when you use nuke regardless to scatters. They're cleaning the back alley. And now I've just let the sun back in again. Fortunately, my tournaments are fairly straightforward. I'm a bit annoyed that I got knocked down into champions, but it was just the battle conditions. I'm not at the point where thorn resistance... it wasn't even thorn resistance, actually. It was the fast, like the fast ultimate. All that chip damage really shortened my run. So that's something that I've got to be mindful of. I've noticed that the way to extend my run at the moment is definitely health regen. So I'm going. I know 3 tournaments at once is a bit ridiculous. I know, but this one's not in its tournament yet. It's still doing its farming run, and then it'll go into the tournament. Hopefully, it won't be much longer, and this will catch up to where I was when I started making videos, so it'll tie into the beginning of this tower. I'll need to double check what my goal point is for that, to be honest. I'm just going to move this across a little bit, just give a line break between each one. And I just moved it exactly where it was. It's because it's not so bright on this side. I had to get it lined up. There we go. That'll do. Obviously, I'm going to continue playing my glass cannon tower forever, so I'll still have 2, but we'll do 3 tournaments for now. For the foreseeable future, it's 3. Although I will take the baby tower a little bit over where I was when I started with my main tower, because it's not going to be perfectly interchangeable. Like, when I did my main tower, there was no Orbi, whatever, Guardians and things, so like there's certain things that won't like fit again. Tier 5 plus is gold. Tier 1 plus is copper. Tier 3 plus silver. Tier 5 plus gold. Then I think it goes up to tier 8 plus for platinum. Champions tier 11 plus. And then I want to say it's tier 14 plus for legends. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Should get back into legends no problem again with my main though. I've got an idea. If I'm like gonna stay in champions, I can run a second tournament, but it'll be a waste. Basically, I'd need 300 gems. I would respec out my golden bot or a flame bot, and that would get me a decent chunk of extra waves. But I don't think that's going to be needed, because I am in the point where I can keep in like I can generally keep in legends with the right battle conditions. Like I mean, I managed to stay in back then. Let's have a look. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've been in Legends League 7 times, but I'm definitely at the point where I believe I can stay in. And the reason for that being is because my build is getting better and better, and I'm actually... So I've done a lot of econ in the last few weeks, but now I'm actually focusing on... Yes, I was right. Yeah, thank you for confirming that, Mr. Flipster. Flipstar or Flipster? It's a very British way of saying it, actually, Flipster, so it will be Flipstar, but like, I don't know. Just British cutting letters out. But yeah, so I've been working on econ for the last few weeks, so I've not really been making my build any stronger the last few weeks, but I've just gone back into strengthening my build. And I mean, as you can see from that farming run that I just had, so ignoring this one, because as I said, that was when I was doing a test to see if I could farm tier 14, and I put on my flame bot. Like 6,600's basically the best that I'd got. And then I got an extra 140 waves on top of that. So, and that's just in like one day. So by the next tournament, I should be pretty comfortable in staying in Legends, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I'm definitely bouncing between Legends and Champs. Like, I'm aiming for 2k waves today. Yeah, I think that's definitely achievable. I know it's slowed down very much by the fact that I have to play the first few waves to get my death wave health bonus. Yeah, but I've got nothing but time. I might just go get hair tie whilst this start bit's going and turn my hair back. I don't know. Just feel like it's going to keep going down and getting a bit messy. But it's best not to have it tied up, actually, to be fair. So I'll just put up with it. I know this was like a very short notice stream. I kind of do my streams short notice. Earlier in the morning for me actually works better when I can stream it. It may be changing as well to 1 in every 2 weeks that I'll be able to do this, because they've been changing around my days off during the week. So potentially I can stream more often, but it will be around this time because it just means I can get the stream done out of the way regardless how long it takes, and then I can get round to doing everything else. Like, I've got a load of videos to record, I've got to go to the shops, I've got to do a few chores. Obviously not in that order. I'll do the stream, go to the shops, do the chores, then do the videos, but that was the order that I popped in my head. I've also been getting back into Monster Hunter Wilds again lately, so I'm probably going to play some of that. I'm also planning on making a video on another mobile game, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to devote to doing another mobile game. I might just stick with the tower, because I feel like the community for this other game is nowhere near as good as the tower community. The tower community is one of the best communities I've come across in gaming. I'm not being weird, I'm just doing the other phone game. Since I mentioned it, I'm just checking up on it. It's another idle game, basically. 21 minutes. Okay. It's going to bug me. I need to remember not to collect these tournament like completions, because if you collect them, then you get the quest later on and you have to do the tournament again. But it's resisting the urge to click that red button. It bugs me having it there, but need it there, or otherwise you just get the quest again and you've got to run a new tournament again, or have the quest stuck there until the next tournament. And with my main, I already have the problem of my inner landmines don't kill anything, so I get that quest stuck there. Yeah, so my towers do have different routes. So I am literally going full defense and health until maxed out, and then I'll go hybrid with my main. This one is literally full on glass cannon. As you can see, it's got 6 health with 4 overshield going up to 10. And then, as I said, with this one, it's like going, again, it's full defense until it catches up to my main one. And then I'll stop using this. So I'll just have like 1 glass cannon, 1 health. I just want to see if this has the chance to catch up. Like with this one, it started off glass cannon, and honestly, it's torn through up till wave tier 12. But that was after they did the rework and made the like lower tiers easier. Like I thought my EHP build would catch up to my glass cannon, but it hasn't managed to get anywhere near so far. So glass cannon is actually becoming king in general at this point. But I say that, but it's great for like the lower waves. But the scaling it can't really keep up with compared to health, which is really weird considering end game. Basically, it's the opposite. Like health can't keep up with the scaling. I think this is gonna be like 53.5 when I max it after getting that. Plus, I wanna see where it's gonna be, but it's a case of getting it there. It's gonna take a while. Totally zoning out there. In fact, that is a point I haven't checked. So attack speed, lab speed, crit factor, and damage. I know I should really have an eco on one in at the moment, but like the progress is so stagnant. I just want to try and push up a few more waves. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Regen. Should not be surviving much longer with this one, I don't think. I mean, from that value I will, but as I think the best that I'd got is 195 before this. I'll just double check. It should be like 201 now. Therefore, oh no, 202 was the best. I had done a little run before this, but I forgot. That's what I was thinking, because they brought another defense relic. So my defense is at 74.3. Once I get that, it'll be 75.3. I'm assuming it's like +1 and not times 1.01. So like you get an additional 1% rather than 1% of what you have. I need to double check that, but I'm pretty sure you just get an additional 1%. With the relics that they're bringing out, I think it may be worth pushing up the defense percent lab to max for tournaments, because it will give you that little bit extra, so it'll definitely be more viable. Because the biggest problem with like farming runs, like for the defense percentage relic, is you already get to 98%, which is the max anyway. So it's mainly for tournament runs. These relics are really going to be like it's where they'll shine, especially if you consider like what. So currently 25.3% damage gets through. It would go down to 24.3, so that's like almost 5% of the damage. Yes, it's 4% of the damage that they do is gone from that one relic. That is actually a big increase, right? And then each time it comes through, it's going to be a bigger percentage of what they can actually do. And that's where defense percentage really shines. But I feel like it is going to become more viable for, especially tournament-wise. We need a new tournament tier, in my opinion, but definitely viable there. The more relics they bring out, yeah. But the lab's definitely worth it as well. My cats want to come into the room, but I've got clothes drying in here because we have to have a room where we can dry clothes without the cats climbing up on them. They've got the whole of the house to roam through, so they're fine. They're just being bratty. I'm trying to remember, I think if I can get this to 300, that would be great. We'll see. And then it'll do the tournament run. I feel like I need to... See, this is a problem, right? I was thinking, I feel like I need to reach out to another content creator and see if we can do like our tournament streams at the same time, because that's a bit more popular, and obviously it helps get more like reach. But most of the content creators are in America or other parts of Europe to the other way, or where I say Europe. Like basically, I don't think there's any content creators in my time zone, so it makes it much more difficult. And even if they were in my time zone, I'm streaming at a time most people would be at work, so it would be hard to actually like time that with someone else. But I'd love to do more collabs. I did a collab with Tequila Man. I've been 3 weeks ago now. It was back when the scatter bug was a thing. And I mean, obviously I understand life is busy. I've got nothing against the fact that it's not being published yet, but it's kind of become irrelevant at this point because it's not being published. But no, I mean, I understand his life's been busy, and I've got no qualms with the fact that it's not been released yet. I was just saying, like, I actually did a collab. It just never got released as of today. Crit factor. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing as well. As I said, Asia, again, it's another difficult one. Does what? I mean, obviously, it depends whereabouts in Asia you are, but just quickly double checking. It's like 6 p.m. in Davao, 7 p.m. in Seoul. I even remember. Oh yeah, no. I was like, why do I have Seoul saved in my world clock times? But basically, it's because whenever I fly to the Philippines, I fly through Seoul, so I have time in Seoul and time in Davao saved. Yeah, it would be Thailand. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one to find the time to record. Like when I did the video with Tequila Man, I stayed up till 3 a.m. to do that video. So I mean, if I've got a day off, I'm always happy to like find a good time for both of us to record. Like I'm happy to make that extra effort for like making good content at the end of the day. Although at the moment, I feel like there's a really weird lull. So don't get me wrong, the devs have been quite vocal with what's going on at the moment, but I feel like content-wise, there hasn't been that much. So yes, they announced that they were doing the 4 new modules and everything that they've now released, but other than the extra modules, there's not really been that much content to actually talk about in the game. That's why I've been doing my series on like going through workshop upgrades. And yeah, it's not going to be useful for a lot of people, but for new players, I figured it would be a nice thing to do. And it just means I can make like extra videos and try and grow my channel a bit more. So like obviously I'm going to go through some of the defense upgrades recordings this week so that I can keep uploading. And it's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 videos that I'd be able to make. So it's like helpful, but once I've gone through all these, unless there's like big announcements, I'm going to be struggling to make content other than my update videos and my live streams. And I think that's kind of the boat that most content creators are in. It's finding content to make when there's not many changes happening. So I love doing my review towers, but 3 people reached out, were like, yeah, I want you to review my tower. I was hoping to have one of them ready to do the recording today, and not one of them's been able to send me the stuff through. And I get it, again, people are busy with real life. Nothing against the people that said that they wanted the towers reviewing, but they're just not been able to send me it, so I can't record the videos. I mean, we do need more wall guides, I guess. I never really got into Orb Devo, like not at all. So I'm not the best to make guides on Orb Devo. I feel like I made one video on wall guide, and well, technically 2 videos. Like there's the one where I said you can get it earlier than everyone else says, because in my opinion you can get it earlier than everyone says in the community, because you don't have to research in having more health in it or anything. You just have to research into wall thorns up to the point where it stops enemy damage shotguns happening. Yeah, you might not get any more like length out of your run, but at least when your wall goes down, it's not getting you shotgunned and ending your runs early. Then I made the other video for. I'll see if I can find it. I just need to double check something else as well. No, that looks like it's still broken. Oh wait, is it fixed now? Is it fixed? Come on, be fixed. Don't say name. Come on. Right, I'll just open another tab then because I'm waiting for that to see. Right, it's loading. Come on, work. Or is my spreadsheet being banned from the API? My spreadsheet's being banned from the API. Awesome. Right, so I haven't opened it for a while, so it'll take me a moment to find it. Here we go. So I did make a video on this tool that I made. It's going to be hard to show off because I've got everything pinned. I'll just unpin this for a moment, actually. So I literally built... I need to refine it a bit more, but I built a tool so you can basically see how many hits your wall like takes to kill enemies. And basically, I think mine's at 16. So currently, it takes me 5.77 hits. So basically 6 hits to kill bosses. And 6, like less, but still 6 hits to kill normal enemies. And you can change it around. So if you don't have plasma cannon, obviously it's going to increase the amount of hits. There we go. I probably could have survived a bit longer if I was paying attention there, but that's fine. And then you have the amount of thorns that you have from relics, and that updates everything. And then the thorn resistance battle condition, which obviously makes it absolutely insane. Plasma cannon resistance, that again will make it even more insane against the boss. Boss ultimate, so it increases the health, makes it even more insane amount of hits. Battle lab condition, that'll bring it down a bit. And then sharp fortitude, as you can see, this doesn't get affected by everything because this is basically working out the maths if sharp fortitude is better. So I haven't put all the like logic in, unfortunately for that. So it is a case of it works off the top bits. So in fact, I don't think it even is working with the relic. Yeah, it is. Just looking at the stats there, and it does make sense. So this is the sharp fortitude row, and basically it's saying this is how many hits it would take normally. If you have sharp fortitude on, this is how many hits it will take. So you can see it does shrink it by like 10% ish, but not enough to make any difference. So I did make a video on this a while ago, but I think I've updated it a lot since then. But I might make a new guide and just go over a few things. So it's something that I made, which I think now that my channel's grown, it'd probably be worth doing more wall videos. So you're actually right with that. Thanks for the idea. Right, I'll pin this again so it doesn't go missing, and we'll sort out to do the tournament on this one. Still not enough to buy the thing. Oh, what research did we unlock? Golden Tower bonus, nice. So grab these extras. Still not enough to do the research that I want. So game speed, coins per kill bonus, and health regen. So what I want to do now that I have the Golden Tower bonus, is start researching that. It's expensive, but it's worth it. So let's jump into this tournament. So we'll have all the tournaments running at the same time. The thing is, that's the thing, right? I mean, I'm going to be doing a video on the wall anyway for my other series, or workshop upgrades, but that doesn't go into it in depth. The thing is, I like doing in-depth videos, and I know it's something that kind of makes my channel struggle compared to other people, because not everyone's looking for in-depth content. But I feel like this tool that I've made is useful, but there are other tools out there that just kind of tell you. This is one where you can basically just tweak it a bit, and you can see the maths behind it, and you can see the breakdown. You can see if I'll just bring it back. So like, let's say for me, I'm at level 16 with a lab. I can see it's not going to make any change for me. But let's say I didn't have any relics, it would reduce the amount of hits that I need to do to the enemy, which could potentially increase the length of my runs. That's the whole idea behind it. So definitely I'll make another video on that, I think, when I have time. Thank you, Brian's. Yeah, so I will be making another video on it, I think, just update, because definitely I think I've got more advice on it now, with being further in the game. And making more videos, I feel like I'm just better at explaining things for the tower now than I was back then. One thing as well, I just thought of it right now, so I was just thinking about the scatter bug again. I'm a little bit salty about that. So they fixed the scatter bug, but they didn't compensate anybody for the inconvenience that was caused by that bug, and some people lost out on like a lot of coins through those, like, that week that it was there. I think it was a week or a bit longer. Need to reach those breakpoints. Yeah, so that's the thing. I think that's one thing that's really useful with this, is like, it's helpful to see where those breakpoints are, and like the fact that I've got it so that you've got it like, this is the base, this is with relics, and I know that's kind of redundant if I do this, right? But it's because the maths works different. So I've got like a bit that's hidden which needs both sides. So I could technically hide the bit with relics. I could just show it so that it's with each like version of the substat. But as you can see, like, the first few levels make a massive difference, and that's why I say typically, like, going up to about 8 with your wall thorns is really nice place to get to, for when you first unlock the wall, because it goes from taking 100 hits down to taking like 13, 14 hits. So massive difference. Obviously, ideally you want to be getting down to like 10 hits on your wall, but I mean, even level 2 is a massive difference, right? And that's why I believe wall thorns is the most important thing when it comes to your wall, especially early wall. Obviously, you've got your like wall regen and that, which also helps out more. So, like, my wall regen is 210% at the moment, I believe. So that also means, now this is something that, like, I'm going to try and explain the best that I can. So I don't know why I'm going into depth now, but I'll do it in my video. I was just thinking, like, so with my like health regen being faster on my wall, it means I can take, in my opinion, 2.1 times more hits to my wall than I can to my tower, because it regenerates them that much quicker. So therefore, let's say my tower would take 2 hits and my wall could take 4 hits. My wall is therefore stronger. I mean, it's not exactly the case. It's only 1 hit for me at this point, because thorn damage is over 117% now. It is at 117%. So yeah, it's actually linked in the video. In fact, hang on. What I'll do is I'll just link it in the chat. Make sure. Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say it's actually in the. Why can I not chat in my? I need to fix that. It's not letting me chat. Bear with me. I'll quickly jump onto the stream on my main, like, on my browser. So apologies for any like playback noise. But basically, yeah. So it's already linked in the video. It's actually linked on JPlay's knowledge hub that he made. It's actually on there as well. But I will just quickly go into my live. Can I get into it? There we go. Manage. But right, that should work. Right, yeah, I muted it. Good. My bitrate is lower than recommended. I need to fix that. Yeah, copy. There we go. Also, if people play around it and find there's an error in the math, by all means, let me know. How are you doing today as well, Conrad? I didn't realize it was you that asked that. Yeah, so if you do have any issues with it or any issues with the maths, I will happily fix it. It's a case of I have been fixing some bugs with it lately. Just the way that I did my maths was overcomplicated. I think that's one of the biggest problems when you have like a degree in game math. You overcomplicate your math sometimes. You've got to remember to go back through and like simplify it. As far as I'm aware, it's all working as intended, but I can't guarantee. And Baby Tower is already done with Silver League. So definitely staying in silver. And then, yeah, so we'll leave that tournament. We'll not touch that. And then we'll grab that. Still a bit shy of 250. I might just unlock Workshop Landmine so I can do that. Oh, but the chance is 0. Right, okay. So I'm not going to push any higher than that. 9% will have to do. Well, the damage, I'm literally not going to get any kills, am I? Oh well. Just crossed 200 trillion lifetime coins and started the Champs Plat ping pong. Yeah, so I mean, I'm basically in the Champs Legends ping pong. Oh, and there goes my rank 11. Yeah, another day where I'm struggling with it. Progress with both of these accounts feels a bit slow at the moment. Gonna run a tip. I'm just gonna do some milestone runs on the baby account. I was just thinking maybe I could have done a bit better if I changed a few things out, but it's fine. Right. Just, yeah, this is also finally maxed on all that as well. All that good stuff. Yeah, I'll just keep running normal. Good that you're at the ping pong stage. Not long, and I think you will be able to stick into champs. The only problem is at the moment, and a lot of people I think will agree with me. I was debating if people would agree with me, but I think they will. Is champions is starting to get difficult, and the only reason it's getting difficult is because of the bloat effect. That, in my opinion, that the way that they've done this works. So the more players we have, the more that are going to get pushed up into the higher tiers of like the tournaments, and that's fine and all. It makes a healthy like tournament style, but then when there's like a top league that's been the top league for what, a year now, I feel like there's nowhere for those better players to go, and you're getting more and more players at that high end level. So if they can't progress any higher anymore, the only option is for them to be demoted. and then that means Champions is suddenly getting as difficult as Legends. And then if there's still nothing done, it then slowly pumps down through. Especially with the way like you can pay to upgrade your account quicker, right? There's going to be more and more people that will upgrade faster than you the longer the game goes on. So it gets more difficult. So that's why I feel like Champions is quite a difficult one at the moment. But as soon as they release another tournament bracket, it'll be much easier to actually proceed into Champions. But I think it'll be able to get there before they bring out a new tournament, don't get me wrong. Unless that's what they're secretly working on in the background. So 200 trillion lifetime coins is a pretty good place to be at. Just trying to think. How long ago was I at 200 trillion? I have no idea. But yeah. Just keep. I was going to say a word and then I realised it was the wrong word, so I stopped myself. Bridging away, I guess. Plugging away is also one that works, but is questionable. Plodding away is another one that works. I don't think of the word that I was wanting to use, but there are other words that work. Yeah, just at the end of the game. At the end of the game, at the end of the day, it is just a game, and it's just a case of, like, it's a idle game. As much as the game has to be open the whole time for it to be able to idle, it is an idle game, so progress is slow. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a triple marathon, not a sprint. I thought. Apparently, I don't know how time works anymore. Just having to recruit for my clan on the other game. Edge. I'll leave that open for a moment, see if anyone applies. I'm stuck in Platinum, did 1,103 waves. I'm still ranking 11th, top 9 in my bracket for what seems like weeks are always champs players pulling 1650 waves. Yeah, that's the thing. The bloat will keep going down through the tiers. I mean, if I have a quick look, I'm not bothered about pausing. I'm not going to struggle in Champions. So, I mean, I know Tequila Man was in Platinum the other week because he forgot to do his run. But if we go in here, history. So last time I was in Platinum, I think it was a mistake I made. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Yeah, I pulled 1,764 waves and got into Champions. But the last time I was actually 1,483 got me rank 3. I mean, there you go. A Platinum League, 1,057 waves, I got rank 4. And the first time I left Platinum, 52 waves, sorry. So you can see that it is getting more and more difficult to push into these leagues. I was just having a quick look, so it was like 334 waves for me to get into gold. Sorry, to get into Platinum from gold. That is insane. Although, actually, rank 14, rank 15, yeah, so they're about the same. In gold, at least, still. So 200D feels like a weird place to be in. though for the first time I don't have a clear objective to work for. That's understandable. I feel like I was at that point from like 200T to like 3Q. I just felt like it's a really weird place where you're not earning enough to reach those high expense things. It's just like kind of the low expense things that you've got to focus on, and it just takes forever. And especially with like the working on econ, it's that mid game working on econ is such a struggle because especially with stones investment into times. I mean, hell, I've still not got 100 seconds on my golden tower. That's what I'm doing next. I was going to unlock a mastery, but I'm going to do golden tower and death wave down to 100 seconds, and then that causes me having to get all my syncs sorted again, which is going to be annoying, but hey, what can you do? 53.5, I was right. I thought it was 53.6, but just off that. I spent too many stones into chain lightning hoping to climb, didn't, and I'm shifting to maximize cells now. Yeah, I'm trying to push to get more cells, but my cells have actually gone down, and the reason for that is just basically I'm an idiot, to put it simply. No. So I was going to click into my enemy health level skips a bit, but then I realized it's completely pointless. It takes me till like wave 5,500 to get my enemy level skips, health level skips maxed with cash only. And it only takes effect. Oh no, wait, hang on. Hang on. 30%. I'm not in Legends, so it is actually technically worth it. I'll just keep clicking into health level skips. It might help me a little bit. But yeah, so like I worked on my chain lightning a bit. So it's like what 7, 3, 3, 4, and 14. Don't get me wrong, that's not bad, and it did help me back when I was in Champions a bit. I know I am still in Champions, but like back when I was like first in Champions, like it helped me solidify being in Champions. So that's a better way of putting it. But I quickly learned with my build, I am much better off just focusing on health for now. And that's what really pushed me to the point where like I'm now bouncing into Legends and have the ability to potentially stay in Legends if I get a nice bracket. And it doesn't have to be like a really nice bracket, it just needs to be not a bad bracket. Golden Tower duration is more beneficial till it runs with Black Hole and Golden Tower bonus for the tower in the rate. Alright, yeah, so for the baby tower, duration is technically more beneficial. Yeah, of course, it is more beneficial, but I am like 20 seconds off a sync with Black Hole, and then when I unlock Death Wave, it's going to be natural. So like I think it's this tournament will get me 10 seconds away. Yeah, this tournament will get me 10 seconds away, so it's kind of in preparation for it syncing. I'd rather get the bonus up, is my plan, anyway. I mean, I don't even have orbs on at the moment anyway. I need to sort that out. I mean, I do have orbs, but they're all the way out here. Like, I mean, extra orbs to kill anything that comes in. So yeah, my plan should get 300 stones. How many stones do I have at the moment? 741. Yes, I'll still be shy after this, but Friday, I'm going to be getting a. So someone's going to be winning a stone pack, and the reason I say it that way is because on that stream, it's going to be a giveaway for a stone pack. Instead of a normal pack, because the stone pack was not claimed last month. But we've got Black Friday happening, so it's potential that there might be something better value for money than the stone pack itself. And because I'm getting someone else a stone pack, I'm also going to be getting myself one, so that should be the point where I can sync my, reduce my Death Wave and Golden Tower to 100 seconds, then I need to sync everything. One thing that I'm considering, and I don't think it's going to be worth it. So basically, I'm considering changing from Primordial Collapse over to Multiverse Nexus to bring the cooldowns down even further, so my Econ's going even stronger. But the reason I don't think it's going to be worth it is I am going to lose a lot of waves from not having that 80% damage reduction. So it may be worth me just waiting until I get the assist mod and then putting Multiverse Nexus in as an assist mod. So I still get that damage reduction, but then I also get... Well, then it's going to increase the times by 20 seconds, isn't it? Because it's only the epic version. There's the downside with that idea. I had an idea, then realised that it was a bad idea. But that might be the way to go. Get it as an assist mod, then level up the assist mod's extra bonus. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But I'm nowhere near unlocking assist mods, unfortunately. I thought I was getting really close, but then I've just been having really bad luck. So I would love to have Sharp Fortitude equipped. If I had Sharp Fortitude equipped, my wall would be almost immortal at this point. I'd feel like it's going to be such a big jump. So right now, my wall is like stronger than my actual health, and I'm using the wormhole redirector, so that's giving me the package chance as health regen as well. So if I can get that 2.5 times, it's 2.5, or does it increase a bit more? Hang on, let's have a quick look. Sharp Fortitude, yeah, 2.5 times. If I can get that 2.5 times increase in regen, that is going to make my wall, my account in general, 2.45 times more powerful. And that's one reason why I was going to be thinking about the logic behind what I'm going to do for the pack that I'm going to buy for Black Friday. I'm going to look at the one that gives me the most gems for my money, so that I can try and pull those last 2 Sharp Fortitudes to make my account jump in power. Brian's, I just made Black Hole Perma and Golden Tower Death Wave. The cooldowns are now at 2 minutes. My biggest hang up for the Chronofield Labs 8 level left before Gold Box. I'm confused. Oh, you see Chronofield, I thought it was Chronofield Lab level 8, but I was just reading it wrong. So the biggest hang up is the Chronofield Labs, and then 8 levels left before Gold Box. I'm assuming you mean for your Chronofield. There's one thing as well which I'm a bit confused by, and I guess Multiverse Nexus would be a good thing for it. So everyone says about 50, I mean, I know it's expensive, don't get me wrong, what I'm about to explain. But everyone says 50 seconds for your Black Hole, and then 100 seconds for Golden Tower, and 100 seconds for Death Wave. Death Wave actually goes down to 50 seconds cooldown. So why not decrease it down to 50? Everyone says just keep it at 100. But then, you look at the cost, and it's what, 10,000 stones to go from 100 to 50 seconds? That's probably why. But still, I feel like it is a case of it's something that you can look into. That you're bringing that down. But then I'm curious at what time does Death Wave become permanent? Because I'll have to pay attention on this, and it's not going to be accurate. wait for my death wave to go off. Just because if I get a pack, it's going to shorten the time. Yeah, like... only going for like 30 seconds, I guess, from the looks of that. So it's very difficult to get death wave permanent. Do champs before, or are you generally hitting high plat? Looking platinum did 2001. I mean, I can see. I mean, obviously, it's you're gonna answer this one, Brian, but like, it looks like you have the potential to have got to champions at least once, but from the sounds of it, from your previous message, you haven't. Looking platinum, you've not made it champs. That kind of surprises me, but I guess that just shows the bloat that I was talking about with the tournaments. We need like a mythic tournament. Ideally, we need 2 tournament tiers to come out. We need a mythic tier, and then we need an ancestral tier, both at the same time. Yes, the first week there's going to be no one in ancestral whatsoever. It's going to be pointless. But it gives the ability for all those like hung up accounts to move up out of the way. I mean, I get where you're coming from there, Conrad, but it might not necessarily be months ahead of yours. He may just be focusing on the econ itself. You have other ultimate weapons. Well, yeah, we don't. Just make an assumption here, but do you, like, what ultimate weapons do you have, Brian's? And then again, Brian's maybe. I'm not going to say that. I was going to say you could be a whale, Brian, so you could be buying loads of stones, which is why you have higher like ultimate weapons, but the labs would be holding you back still. You know, it is actually insane to me, right, as well. I was just thinking about it. So, I feel like it's a month or two. I'm just trying to think. So, it was like a month or two ago. I think it's 2 months ago. I got to the point where I was like, all I need is sharp fortitude. I'll just double check. Got so much in here. I swear I've got. Did I go past it straight away? Yeah, I looked straight at it, and yeah, I need 2 more sharp fortitudes to get this into ancestral. And I thought once I get it ancestral, I can save my gems up and use them for labs, use them for extra card slots maybe. I don't really need card slots with the build that I've got, but maybe I can slot like an extra thing in, just give myself a bit more flexibility. And then, unfortunately, it's just no dice. Like, literally, I've probably spent a good 8,000 gems and not had a sharp fortitude. And I feel like that's how this game works. There'll be a single module that you want, and it won't drop. I mean, it is true, right? So, need sharp fortitude on my main account. I need Dimension Core on my glass cannon account. I don't even know how much I spent on there. Honestly, it was so stupid of me to spend that amount. But I was like, I'll get it, and then I can go back to cards and things. And like, honestly, if I'd been doing my cards, I'd probably be near max cards at this point, and then I could have easily just focused on modules at that point. I mean, I still haven't unlocked the last lab as well. I need to do that. So I was just reading something. Everything but landmines. Spotlight. And yes, you hit it perfectly. It's the labs that kill me. I have 25k since the end of July. Yeah, that's the thing. It is very much like, have I got bad connect? Right, I'm just gonna. That's the thing. It is a case of buying stones doesn't make up for labs at the end of the day. Like, you can have the most. You can max out most of your ultimate weapons. You would still struggle if you haven't got the time research in the game. You'll do better than most people that don't pay for the game, don't get me wrong. But people that have played for like a year more than you, you're still not going to be able to compare to them because of the labs that they've got researched. Yeah, your progress, to be fair, Brian, is going to be quite quick. Once you like your labs are going to do so much more for you because of your development in stones. That's the way I was trying to say it. There we go. I'm just having a look. Okay, I'll accept viewing host. I need to stop doing that. I keep pressing approve, but instead of pressing approve, I press decline on this game, and I just don't know why. Okay, I completed that, and then it didn't. It just didn't. Right, sorry, just sorting out a few messages. Probably like a quarter of the way through. Let's see how everyone's doing. So the people that are ahead of me, 25th, never left champions. Hang on. Yeah, tier 15, so I'm definitely going to be fine. Tier 17, I should beat them, but we'll see. Tier 15, I may. Tier 17 may be a close one. Tier 15. Tier 16. I think I just clicked on the same one again. Anyone else that's hit tier 18? I may be in a bracket where I'm just going to steamroll everyone. Potential there. There's a few tier 17s, so I could have some competition, because if they're tier 17 with glass cannon, they could potentially do better than me. This is where we're going to get to like the potential stronger candidates. There we go. There's tier 18, so there's one competition for me. I don't know if they just started the run or they're just doing like a intro sprint beginning just to get ranked. Yeah, there we go. This person. How is someone that's got 70 waves in tier 19 never left champions? I am calling shenanigans. If not, I keep saying guy twice again. Yeah, I think looking at the bracket, I'm definitely gonna I should really not just be sat in here. I'm definitely gonna go back up into Legends again, but I don't think I'm getting first. My music has stopped. I'll fix that now. Just sorting stuff out on like a 4th game. Right, so yeah, just double checking a few things there. So I need to go back and spend into this because that's totally gonna make a difference. I mean, there is definitely a difference between the two. But yeah, out of all the quality of life things that we need in this game right now, I think the highest quality of life change would be another like tier of ordnance. They should bring out 3 tiers actually, right? So there should be Mythic, Ancestral, and then Whale. And the Whale bracket should be anyone that buys all 5 packs in the month would automatically go into the Whale bracket. I mean, that would be unfair on like the younger accounts that do that, but still. No, it just needs 2 would be ideal, but 1 would be nice just to try and even out, especially with the amount of players that are now like. Even I, as a player of the tower, still get so many adverts to play the tower. So the game is still growing. Like we're getting a bigger player base every day. Right, here we go. This will be what I need. Approve. Did I actually approve this time rather than decline? Just saying a welcome message. Boom. Probably could have got a few more waves if I was paying attention. Yeah, right, perfect. So yeah, perfect. Right. Is someone doing a lot for you without Golden Tower Plus? I have Golden Tower Plus. Oh, do you mean for the baby accounts? I was confused there. I was like, I have Golden Tower Plus. Yes. So, yes. Well, yes and no. Right. So, it's great for that little extra bit of econ from the extra enemies still because they can spawn. Like, it's not just base enemies, right? It spawns enemies that can drop extra coins. So it actually does have an increase on coins. Would it be better than fetch? Possibly not. The thing is, double check on this account actually. Yeah, it's basically attack, ally, or summon. So summon is the best option, in my opinion. Now, what I've done on my glass cannon is I saved up and increased the cash bonus. So whilst it's active, I get more cash. So that's making it worthwhile because these accounts, I mean, you can't see it on this one for me, but I'll just move it across for a second. Basically, I'm still having to buy upgrades, so increasing the cash drops means that buying upgrades is great because, like, I get more cash, so I get upgrades further. I get further in the run. Basically, it's the best way to explain that. Which research have I got? Black hole damage. Finally, that has been a grind to get that unlocked. We'll wait the 24 minutes. Could rush it for 4. I'm just going to rush it for 4. And then press the wrong button. Oh no. So expensive. Just rushed that for no reason. We just invest full on econ. Again, there's such expensive labs, is the only downside. I'm trying to save up and I'm almost there. I can already ban perks, but I want to get auto pick perks. Oh no, I'm not almost there. I swear I saw 24 million somewhere. Clearly mistaken. Right, so I should just work on my econ. Oh my god, can I... Right, I'm going to force this to be a better high quality because I don't know what happened there. We'll increase our duration. Speg it. We'll go on full on econ mission. Yeah, it'll slow our progress, but... So these ones probably... Right, we will... Shall we? Yeah, because that's hits, that's actually helping. Do I have the ability to reroll? That's also affected me, I think. Lifesteal? No, it's no use. Reroll. Orb speed? Not better than Defense Absolute for me right now, though. Right, we will go tier 7 for now. We'll just see how far I can get with my build. You got keys before you reach T19? Oh, you're talking about yeah, you're talking about that person that's not out of champions. I don't even understand. Like, they're close to unlocking assist mods, aren't they? And they're still not even in Legends. Like, well, I think that's saying what the state of tournaments is like. I'm not at tier 19 yet. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not far off, right? I'm almost at tier 19, and I'm not at the point where I can get keys, I don't think. But it's because all the people that can afford to buy the stone packs are clogging up Legends at this point. I would love to see a new tier before Christmas, but that's my Christmas list for the tower, right? Or my first item on my Christmas list. A new tournament tier. What would people like from the tower for Christmas? Oh, I can't show it here, but I got my second birthday for the tower, that one. Yeah, with all the new stone sinks, increasing the income would be nice. The new tier would bleed down and increase everyone's income, hopefully. But exactly. And that's something that I said, again, like a month ago. Another reason for a new tier is they keep adding more things that cost stones, but not giving us more stones to spend. So that's great for the end game players who are running out of things to spend their stones on. But for us normal folk who are still progressing through the game, it just feels like, well, how are we going to ever get there? Like, yes, I know this is a marathon, but it is a question of, like, are we ever going to get there without paying? I mean, I guess, obviously, they want to encourage people paying because it supports devs, that they make money off it at the end of the day, so I understand that, but you don't want to be making people feel like they've got no hope. That's the wrong way to go with it. But yeah, also another tier, as I said, they'll move all the whales up into the higher tier, and the lower tiers will get a little bit easier. Like, I think, I'm not saying I'm at the point where I would be able to get keys, but if there's a new tier released, I would definitely be able to stick in Legends where I am at right now. And then in a week, a week or two, a month or two, I'd be at the point where I can get keys. Right now, I feel like it'll be half a year until I can get keys. Part of that is because I'm being stubborn and staying EHP as long as I can, but part of it is because, like, the fact that if you get a bad bracket, you're screwed. I think I need 740, don't I? Yeah, 740. That's the thing. I feel like they're going to bring out more stone sinks for Christmas. That's what they're going to do, rather than giving us more way to get stones for free. I mean, this is another option, and people won't like this option. But if they don't want to bring out more tiers for the tournaments, what they could do is make it so if you stay in Legends, you get keys. So, like, increase the amount of stones every single tier gets of tournament, but make it, if you stay in Legends, you get keys. Just increase the amount of key drops from Legends. So you still have to get to Legends, but a bit easier to get keys. That would be a nice change. Conrad, I'm fine. I've just noticed my chat box is not up. There we go. I'm fine with there being endgame stuff. I'm unlikely to ever reach with how the game currently is. What bugs me is the inability to earn similar stones like people with my progress in the past. Yeah, I think that's one thing that's really the problem, and that is to do with the bloat again. Like, the fact that when you're at the point that they were getting more stones than you, so they increased faster to the points where they're at. And I think that's something that I've noticed with starting these new accounts as well. Like, when I had my new account, tournaments were definitely easier. So you were getting more income from tournaments, but also, like, that trickles into if the tournaments. I mean, look where I got to, right, without having econ invested on my main account. Like, when I first started, I was already farming, like, I think tier 8, 9 at 4,000 plus waves, and didn't have econ invested. And I'm pretty sure I was already in the bottom end of champions, maybe, or I was at the top end of plat. I was about there. I'll have to double check. But that was without investing in my econ. I was at such a low lifetime coins. I mean, yeah, we have cells and mods nowadays. But if you think about it, I understand what you're saying, Flipstar. Some of the quality features should be just be in the game, in your opinion. This is what I was gonna get onto as well, actually. So in a way, catching up is better with mods and things, but mods are gacha, and they keep adding more and more mods, and that's where the issue lies with mods. So when mods first came out, if you were at the point where you could invest in mods because you don't have to buy all your cards, you got the mods you wanted because there was only, like, what, 16 of them, if that. Now we're at, what, 24 plus? Let's have a quick look. We'll use one of our baby accounts. Information, not information, is it? I thought it was in buy module information. There we go. So yeah, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 12 because that's in there now. So yeah, 24. And I'm pretty sure we started with just the 4. Could be wrong. So that's 50% extra. So I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that. I mean, you can go back and check my original content, whereabouts I was with that stuff, but I think that's where it was. I can't remember. But yeah, so it's so much harder to get the actual like modules you want now because they keep adding more. It's gacha, so I feel like having modules hasn't made catching up easier. Especially now, it's made it more difficult compared to people who were playing when they first came out. Cells, I will agree with. Cells are an amazing thing to help you catch up, but also not at the same time. Because if you look at these accounts, like this one, I'm finally allowed to go 1.5 times. So yeah, my main account didn't have 1.5 times when it was doing these researches. Yes, it's catching up to where my old account was, but it's never going to be able to catch up to 4 times on all slots and a 5 times in the bottom. Like, that's just pulling ahead faster. Full stop. Yes, in a way it's a catch up, but it's not as well. 2 more quests would be a nice as well. Bear with me, I just need to quickly grab a drink, and you're going to see my awesome down the bottoms. I never changed my bottom. I don't think that picked up, but cats are resting now. There we go. Important to stay hydrated. Right, so... But yeah, so in my opinion, keys should not lock quality of life. So, like, auto restart on your runs. I feel like that should be a base feature of the game. Because of the way the game is intended to be played. It's AFK, right? And then the gem stacking, in my opinion, that should still be locked behind some sort of progress, but it shouldn't be end game progress. Like, it should be a lab, in my opinion, but they made the choice. So you're farming tier 10 7,700 waves, and you're just about able to hit it. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, obviously, I'm still in champions, right? And I'm farming tier 13 to 6,000 waves right now. But then I am bouncing into legends at this point. 2 more quest chests would be nice as well. Would we be able to get an extra 2? I think they could fit 1 in, unless they gave us extra quests. Would we be able to get another 2? I completely missed the message. Apologies. They should make some of the quality of life perks that are locked behind keys available for the lower tiers, or a way to earn 1 a week if you can't get in that bracket. Yeah. I'm just confused by your comment, Brian's. But it's actually less than 2.5%. What's less than 2.5%? Were you referring to the modules? No. So it's 2.5% to get an epic. And then from that epic, it's... So it used to be what? I think it would be 6% chance. Hang on, I'm going to pull up a calculator because my brain's not working because of lack of sleep. So, you've got 100% chance. So 100 divided by... Let's say it was 16. Yeah, 16. So originally, you had a 6.25% chance to get the module that you wanted when you got an epic. now you have a 4.17% chance to get the module you want after the 2.5. So if you get an epic, no matter how long it takes you to get an epic, you used to be able to get it in the right one 6.25% of the time. Now you get the right one 4.17% of the time. That doesn't sound like a lot, right? Difference. But when you consider, I'm doing this wrong. I already know I'm doing this wrong. But yeah, so it's just shy, and I think that's just because of the rounding errors and stuff. You round up anyway when it's at this close. So you had 1.5 times higher chance of getting, or a 50% higher chance of getting what you wanted. I could have got higher than that. Oh well. Got Litecoin bonus, nice. Might just rerun that now. Oh, I wonder. I'm gonna rerun that again because I feel like I could have got a bit further. Reroll shards come from bosses, don't they? I just need to keep running. Higher tiers give you more reroll shards, right? Right, I'm going to be here and pay more attention to that and see if I can get this up to 100s, because then I can make another video on there. Yeah, that's that explained. I'll go back. And then if they keep the cycle, the next update should aim at the early game. In theory, what they have said. What was it that they said? I'm going to double check because they actually said what they're working on. And oops, sorry. Yeah, I just needed to click on that. So they said that they're working on something which I would be happy to see. They're working on a way. I don't know if this is going to be before Christmas though. They're working on a way for you to run your tournament run without ending your farming run. So rather than waiting until the right time from your farming run, you can just run the tournament at the time that you want, and then your farming run will be paused, I believe. The reason I say paused is because the way that they mentioned it doesn't sound like it would be paused. But in my opinion, it would make much more sense. So where is it? Sneak peek, quality of life. No, that's not the right one. Saw them mention it. Have they hid it again? Dual runs, here we go. First up, a little sneak peek. We've heard the feedback and we have the same feelings. So yes, we are looking on a... Yeah, we're looking on a way for you to pause your farming run. Yes, sorry, it's pause the farming run. To participate in a tournament at the same time. Details are not set in stone, so we can't really share anything else. But just know the developers are with you on this. More info to come in the future announcement. So they have said that they're planning on doing an update to let you run your tournament and pause your farming run rather than having to wait until your farming run ends. That has been one of the biggest peeves to why I don't stream, because I'm always in a farming run, so I can't do like my streams when I finish work and stuff. So there's the potential that is actually gonna do much better. So yeah, Conrad, that's basically it, right? Statistically, one mod you're looking for is 19,200 instead of what was 12,800. Statistically, that is accurate. However, usually it's not the case. You will either get it in less than that or much more than that. Just having a look to see, because they did say something else as well. But I don't think they actually went through the details, but they just said there is a quality of life update coming up. Oh yeah, there's an orbital augment rework happening, but not as of yet. I missed the mistake, so they did say we can confirm that the description was incorrect and the behavior of orbital augment has not changed for 27.2.1. We're currently exploring options to adjust this module. Hang on, I don't think I've updated. So is it saying it's different? Around the tower, each electron deals damage equal to 10% of the wave health. No, I mustn't be on the right version. Apparently it was saying something wrong for some people. I don't know what the rework idea that they had was. But yeah, that's definitely getting reworked. They're the two things that are definitely coming out. A rework to orbital augment. But what it's called, so I'm just going to call it orbital augment. Literally looked at it. Yeah, no, I was right. Orbital augment. And then also a pause your farming run to do your tournament run, which will be amazing because you can do your tournament when you want. That's massive quality of life for everyone. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, you're all right, Conrad. It's not... I think that's where it becomes an issue. Where it's highlighted. Like, people say, oh, I just can't get that one mod. It's because you get to the point where you only need that one mod rather than multiple. And that's when you feel that strain of, like, I just want that one mod. Why is it not dropping? Because it's all that you need. And that's why the banners was an amazing idea. The way that they suggested it when they first brought it out. When they first brought it out, it honestly sounded like that is the thing. It's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to use it all the time. So when it was first announced, hey D-Knowles, good morning, how are you doing? You say bright and early. For me, it's 11:24 in the morning, so almost midday. So yeah, so as I was saying, sorry, the way that they announced it originally was it's going to be this new 4 items, I believe. They announced the first 4 as well together, and then it's going to continue running on other ones. So it's going to cycle through all of them, so you're always going to have a chance to get a really nice one. I was like, awesome. It means that I'll get a second chance to get, like, at the time I wanted Dimcore or Multiverse Nexus, and I was like, so it's going to increase your chances of getting those when they come around. Awesome. Then it's only ever been a banner for the new ones, full stop. That kind of sucks. Yeah, so basically that's something else, Brian, so that would be awesome. If you had a banner where you get to select the mod you want for the featured banner, that would be helpful. Dual runs is going to be a big thing, yeah. But although dual runs, it has said that your farm will be paused. So is it really dual runs? Yeah, so the way that they said the banner before, where it would just go through them all, like week on, week off, would have been amazing. But I would be happy if they didn't. Because I can kind of understand why they don't let you just select the one that you want. I understand that. I disagree, but I understand why they don't want to do that. They want you to be sinking your gems into this system, right? But what they should do, in my opinion, is let you select the actual module type. So a module type banner. I clicked the wrong thing, and I should really just do it on this one. So basically, you select generators, and it would have a much higher chance to drop generators in general rather than the other 3. I think that would be a nice way to do it, because then it's still got the randomness. You're scared of the dual runs. You lost 2 days farming. How did you lose 2 days farming? And why would dull runs be a scary thing? It just literally lets you pause your run and then do your tournament. I suppose. How are they going to work it, actually? That's a good point, right? You've got to change your build. You've got to do so much to change in between tournament and... Are they going to let you have 2 builds? So you can set up a build for tournaments? Yeah, actually, I don't like this dual runs idea now. I've thought about it. Screw that. I assume they expect people to buy gems for feature banners, but found out everyone just saving for months. I think you get both types of people. There will be people that buy gems. I mean, I did it once before, right? So, I think it was for Primordial Collapse. So, I saved gems for like a couple of weeks and pulled Primordial Collapse. I got 7 modules and I ran out of gems. And there was 2 days left. So I was just like, well, when I need 1 more, so I paid that extra bit and got the last one. So there definitely will get people buying, even if they save up. And then there'll be people that are just like, oh my god, this is amazing. I'm just going to pay money for it. Because at the end of the day, unlike stone packs, the gem packs are unlimited. You can buy as many as you want. So what? So that's 1 epic for $89.99. So people are going to do that at the end of the day. New guild features would be amazing. I want to start my own guild and actually have a guild that works. I did try it earlier, like a month or 2 ago, and I didn't get any interest. And I think one of the biggest problems is when you try and start a guild from scratch, people aren't going to join because they want the rewards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a list or something, like basically get people that want to join the guild, and then once I get like 15 people, start the guild, and then hopefully that'll be enough to roll it to push up to max people. Or I can wait until I've got a list of everyone, so I've got like a full guild just ready to set up straight away. But they really do need to do more with the guild features. So, for example, I know we're nowhere near the point where we can afford it, right? We're not really even maxing out 1 chip. But they gave us space for 4 chips, but we can't unlock the extra chips. They have given us a leak that they're going to add 3 more chips, but we haven't got any more chips announced. So there's so much they can do with this Guardian, and they're just not doing anything. I think having a guild farm would be amazing. So, like, 2 different ways you could go with a guild farm. So either it earns everybody AFK rewards, like, in comparison to their contribution to the guild, or in comparison to, like, basically an average of what everyone's earning, and then you get a portion of that. Or literally a game mode where you can have multiple players from the guild farming together. That would be amazing. But they're ideas that I would have. Guild labs, again, that would be a great feature. Give you buffs. I think that's one thing that this game actually kind of lacks. A guild buff for being in a guild, right? And now, yes, technically the store and everything is a buff for being in the guild, but you get that in any guild. I feel like having guilds where the guild's research matters, so that like some guilds will focus more in defense, some guilds in offense, would be amazing. I see that it could be a downside in a way as well, because not everyone's going to go into the same research, but that's again why you would like potentially change over guilds. You'd be in a defense guild. If you start moving into offense build, you'd change guilds into an offensive guild research. But I guess that could also be a downside. It promotes like people changing over guilds to get the right labs. But it would be an interesting idea, in my opinion. That's the thing. How do you make it so it's balanced as well? As a game dev, I have plenty of cool ideas for the tower. But I'm not a game dev for the tower, so none of my game ideas would ever happen. I do, however, have a project that I'm working on. I'm not going to go into full detail, but it is inspired by the tower and other games like it. But it's an idea that no one's done successfully before, and I'm going to try and be the first one. All I'm going to say is, what if, rather than being the tower, you were the mobs? I think that could be a potential for a great game. Potential. It just has to be executed right, and that's why it's been taking me so long to work on this project. Again, I feel like I can probably push to 100. I just need to actually pay attention and stop ranting. Chronofield, awesome. 15 million. Yes. Wait, no. I was like, yes, I've got the rest that I need, but I didn't. I need 98. I thought I needed 30 something. It must have been for something else. Right. So let's go a Gwen. We're going a Gwen. We're going. Honestly, sleep deprivation, guys. Don't advise it. Yeah. So we'll go again. And see how that goes. This time, I will get this one up to 90 without forgetting to click on my defense absolute. And then I can make a video today about going into tier 8. That wouldn't be released until... Might be released today. We'll see. I mean, we're pushing it, right? It's almost midday for me. And I've still got like 1,000 waves left to go. And then I've got to go tier... I've got to go to the shops. And then I've got to do some other chores. It's going to be a struggle. I just realized something I mentioned earlier in the video, so I'm just going to clarify. I go to the Philippines because my wife's from the Philippines and I go visit her family. Not the other reason why most white men go to the Philippines. Just my brain just went there. I was like, oh god. $3:30 a.m. Brian. So what are you doing up at 3:30 a.m.? I mean, to be fair, I was up at 3:30 a.m. So I can't really say that. West Coast the best. I'm not even good with that. Sorry. I really need to make this into a proper Blender build. I'm just debating. I was thinking, right, if I get range, I'll be able to bring this out to the point where my orbs are hitting in the actual black hole, but then I'll also need to increase the size of my black holes. But then I'm not going to get to perma black hole for a long time. But it's more for the econ wise from it. Oregon, the restless evening, fair enough. World bosses? World bosses would be an interesting idea. See, for some reason, you thought that made me think something came up to say that a world boss was happening in BDO. I was like, did I not turn something off? Yeah, world bosses would be an interesting, like, or guild bosses, I guess, is more accurate. How would you do it? It'd be a bit weird with towers, but I guess your towers could like spawn. I'm just thinking because towers are static, right? So I guess they could have your guild spawns in like a circle around the world boss, and then the world boss attacks everyone. That would be cool for extra rewards. I need about 3 billion more coins, and I'll be able to research second black hole. Can't wait. Yeah, second black hole is a massive increase. Especially if you've got 3 black holes from it. Like if it gives you the third one, it's amazing for coverage. But I mean, to be fair, you only need second black hole for coverage early account when it pops, because you'll see it basically cuts into my tower. Come on, up please. Holy hug. Up. I forget how long the cooldown. There we go. Yeah, it goes over my tower. So if I have a second one, it's full coverage. You don't really need 3. Getting that second one. Oh god, I don't know what happened to my left tower there. Just lag. I don't think I had any lag on the stream itself though. Go around the world boss and the boss spawns space cubes. So yeah, that's the thing. Like the tower could spawn basics to kill everyone with, and then everyone dies by basic. Or it literally could be like a mothership that spawns enemies. I mean, maybe that's what's happening, right? So our tower is being attacked by enemies spawned by a mothership off screen, so we can all go fight the mothership. Right. Boss growing stronger and add difficulty when guild members die. Well, that's the thing though. Like, what would probably be the best way to do it is having like tier of bosses. So like literally every time your guild manages to kill a boss, the next boss will have extra battle conditions or like more health, or a tier 2 boss like the normal tiers going up, right? Like a guild boss feature would be amazing. Guild Wars, I would like to see a system like Guild Wars, but in a way that it's like the tournaments. I don't want PvP. I feel like this game community. I mean, we've got a great community now, but I feel like PvP invites a potential for a toxic community. So I feel like Guild Wars in the way that it's progress driven rather than directly fighting each other. So, for example, there's 2 ways that I see doing it. Like tournament, so it's like based off the amount of waves each guild clears. The one that clears the most waves wins, but obviously there's problems with that. But that sort of idea. The other one is, again, potential problems with it, but like comparison. So the amount of labs each guild's researchers against each other, the amount of cards to buy. If they've got max cards, I guess that would be an issue. But so gems spent, stone spent, like comparison of currency spent, or labs researched and workshops unlocked. I mean, obviously it does have its issues with like respecking and things. So like, but just ideas like for a guild war. That's the sort of thing that I would prefer over a direct your tower fights in someone else's tower. But yeah, Conrad, the reason that I say about having like a tier system for when you defeat bosses to make the bosses more difficult in the next bosses, rather than boss growing stronger and added difficulty when guild members die, is that makes for almost bad game design, in my opinion, right? So the boss getting stronger every time it kills someone means guilds will get rid of lower level towers so they can do better in guild bosses. So those lower tier players don't have a guild, or they all band together and then they can't get as far in the guild boss fights as other towers or other guilds, and that creates more of a disparity. So as cool as it sounds, it getting stronger when it kills someone, unless they did it correctly, I guess there'd be a way to, like, maybe it heals a little bit of health rather than it getting stronger. Like, you've just got to get that balance right, because if you just have it so like it gets stronger or spawns stronger enemies, like, it'll just kill one tower and then second tower goes not soon after that, and then it'll just wipe through everyone pretty quickly with the tower power jumps. So that's why you got to be careful with that sort of design. As cool as it sounds, it in practice in games design, it can cause it just to feel like it goes from you're doing well to just insta wipe, sort of kind of like how the tower runs go, I guess. Like, it's glass cannon's doing really well, and then you just get that one boss hits you and you're dead. I guess in that sort of respect, it's in keeping with the tower, right? It'd be cool if they did that, but I know they won't. I don't think they'll ever add in a guild boss function. I was just thinking something, sorry. I was just thinking, potentially you could do like the guild war, if there was a guild war. So like, it's based on days and stuff. So like, the first day you do research, like labs research. Second day is like workshop research, or like wave count, how far you can get. And then the last day is tower versus tower. So you actually fight. As much as I don't agree with that, it would be a cool, like, just having like saving all the guild towers all fight each other at once. So like, but you can still win if you win the previous day. So it's not hinged on the fight between towers. Also, how would you have a fair fight between towers with the way all the abilities work? I don't think it would work having fights tower versus tower. All your area effects suddenly pointless. It would be interesting to have a glass cannon fight a EHP build, though. But then, if the glass cannon, well, I suppose, yeah, its attacks could cause thorns, because like ranged enemies do thorn damage to them as well. I was just thinking, but yeah. But unfortunately, none of this will ever happen. What about a farmable currency during a special event that could be spent to purchase a key or something on those lines? Again, that would be a really awesome feature if they did like special events with a new currency, although they need to stop with the new currencies. Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of content that you could add to guilds make elitist guilds. Like, I won't even say elite, I'd say elitist. Like, that's the problem. I think that's why they've left it the way that they have. They said they plan to include more features in guilds at a later date, potentially, but they've got to be so careful about how they add it. And I mean, that's exactly what I was explaining with like the whole guilds will just get rid of weaker players so that they can do better in the bosses or wars. And I feel like that's one big upside with Tech Tree Games. Like, they are very much pro like community. They actually want the community to not go toxic, in my opinion. special events. I mean, to be fair, I get where you're coming from, Brian's, but what they could do, and not many people will agree with me, because a lot of people actually like the key system, which surprised me. But what they could do is just make it so the normal events have an additional, so like you can buy gems or stones or the other stuff. You can buy a key, but have it so it increases the cost every time. So like have it start at 150 event tokens. Again, I stopped clicking. Like, honestly, guys, please stop. It's not you guys, it's me. Like, I'm just not clicking because I get carried away. Yeah, so just have it so that you can get keys from events, but have it like start at 150, then go up to like 400 for the second one, and then 650. Just like that's already all you get from a thing. I'm pretty sure. Like you can buy 3 keys per event, make it work that way. But the first one's decently cheap. Well, I say decently, still expensive, but like cheap. If that makes sense. So I feel like buying 3 keys every 2 weeks isn't going to be that bad, really. I can't check my vault in run. I was like, can I have a quick look on the vault to see? But yeah, 3 keys literally wouldn't change much. Some sort of average MMR system. I'm just quickly googling MMR because I've forgotten. Yeah, I should have seen that. Matchmaking ranking system. I mean, there's always a problem with matchmaking. It never really works properly, in my opinion. I'm so tired right now. I've already had a coffee. Keep clicking Defense Absolute. There were some cool WoW stories with bosses getting stronger after kills. That's the thing, it has to be balanced so well to have like bosses getting more powerful. I've realized just how like I seem to be getting, the longer I'm streaming, the delay seems to be getting bigger for the stream. I don't know why. I mean, I know I've been streaming for 2 hours now, so I guess that makes sense. But just I feel like I'm replying to comments a little bit after you've already mentioned. Like you're replying to what I'm saying, but I've moved on in the conversation. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. To get the stream to be good quality, it has to buffer a little bit. Yeah, I mean, kind of miss World of Warcraft as well, but also, who's got the time to play it nowadays? A lot of people, but not me. Oh, yeah, I suppose you guys have been mentioning it as world bosses, and I was thinking of it as a guild boss. I guess you could have world bosses where it just pulls people randomly rather than it being from the guild. I mean, in my opinion, what this game needs is like an MMR system for tournaments. So, and it would be easy enough to do, right? All it has to, I mean, they already have most of the stuff that they need for it right here, right? So, tier 16, highest rank champions 5, tier 16, champion 7. Rather than just grouping you in with people that started at the exact same time as you, it should start you off by yourself for like 10 minutes, so that it has 10 minutes worth of people joining together, and then go, okay, people with similar highest waves and highest tier in tournaments match together. So basically everything that's as similar as possible, and it would just get rid of that like good and bad bracket from the time that you joined. I mean, there's people that exploit the hell out of joining tournament on the last second so that they get an almost empty bracket. And I mean, in my opinion, people like that should be banned because that is exploiting the game. Like, they're literally getting better rewards because they're waiting till the last second to join tournament just so that they can get an empty bracket or a bracket with like 15 people in rather than 30. Yes, I get it's kind of a strategy, but it's also, why was that? Did you guys see that? Oh right, no, the summon wasn't summoning enemies, but I think I'm sat at max enemies allowed on the screen because of these megads. And my orb, I'm assuming it's got orb resistance. Oh no, just because the armored enemies, they've got to take a certain amount of hits before they die. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a long way to go until I die this time. Just gonna stretch. As if I've been streaming for over 2 hours now. Oh. Can you actually see? I have to say, you can kind of see the Tantive, but not that well. You can see Ace, Zoro, and Zoro pretty well. And then you can kind of see the Rifter. I think the Rifter is actually quite obvious. The other things on that level you can't really see. I'm just thinking about what you can see on there. You can see all my books and that, but the lights on them. Oh, Warhammer quests there as well. That's quite clear in the bottom. And then my Eve premium set. I don't even remember what it's actually called. It's so expensive. I don't even play that board game. I should look to play that board game again. It's probably a good game to play. My neck's starting to ache now. I was just thinking, we've been streaming for 2 hours, right? And I've only just got to wave 1100. It's going to take a long time. But my farming run actually lasted quite a while since the start of the stream, didn't it? I got like an extra 150-ish waves over when I first started streaming. So I guess I would have technically been like at 1,300, so that's not too bad. We'll probably be streaming another like up until 3 hours overall. And that's just because I'm in Champions League, unfortunately. I need to pay attention to this defense abs. I am going to get past wave 90. Right, here we go. Scatters are the biggest downside for me, so let's have a quick look. Yeah, it looks like I'm fine against those scatters. They're not even pulling any of my health away. Unfortunately, I was not playing last year when they had it. I know my account was like November the 23rd. I started it, so 2 years ago. I was playing at Black Friday, but I feel like I just started playing the game, right? So I don't think I really paid attention back then. Last year, unfortunately, I didn't play for it. As far as I'm aware, there's like, I feel like there's 3 different tiers, or is it 2 different tiers? So like you have I think it's 3 different tiers. It's like you can buy 5 packs at like $33, I think it was, or something like that, and then 3 packs at like $60, and then there's a 1 pack that's like $90 ish. Don't quote me on it, but it's like that sort of thing. So like you can buy some cheap ones, but more of them, and then there's more expensive ones which you can buy less of. And basically, as far as I'm aware, it's like stones and gems. But they may do it a little bit different this time. One thing as well, right? This is something that I've been thinking about, and it kind of bugs me. So you've got all these currencies in the game. It would be nice if they did a key pack. I might buy a key pack if they did it. So I get tournament tickets, right? You get given them every single time. Module tickets, right? This is the issue that I have with all these currency. So this is classed as a currency. You get given 10 when you unlock modules. You never get given them ever again. Full stop. Why? Why do you never get given module tickets ever again, but it's still classed as a currency? Why not just give us 200 gems when you unlock modules? Why make it into a tickets that are never used ever again? Doesn't make sense. That just takes up memory in the game constantly. So please, either give us module tickets or remove the system and just give us gems instead. Such an inefficient thing. Everything else makes sense. Like shards and everything. Yeah, okay. Understand. Module tickets, pointless. 100% pointless. Click on Defense Absolute. Yes, as I say, sorry, yeah. Module tickets are 100% basically when you first unlock modules from progressing through the game. When you first click into the module screen, it goes, this is what modules are. Here, have 10 tickets to buy. Okay, I've never seen this screen before, but okay. Yeah, so basically it opens this up straight away. You close this and it's like, here, have 10 tickets. And then you can buy 10 times standard banner. Or if there was an event banner, you can buy the event banner. Oh, featured banner, sorry. So it literally lets you get your first 10 modules for free. But you're guaranteed to get an epic as well. I can confirm that on the fact that both these new accounts that I've started both got an epic on the first 10 draw. So I feel like it's a currency that's not being tapped into. I feel like they had plans to use it and then they just decided against it. But they've left it in as a thing, and I just feel like it's just not an efficient thing to do. If you're talking about making the game like run smoother, don't have a currency that's there all the time that does nothing, right? So it's always there in the background because your currencies are all there. It loads it up, right, all the time. Yeah, it's only like a line of code. It doesn't make much difference. It's 2 lines of code and a piece of UI, technically. So I couldn't. So it's just, what's the point? Yeah, exactly. It's the thing is the way they introduce it as well. In my opinion, makes you think you're gonna get more tickets, and then that's it. It's done. It introduces you to them and say, use these tickets to get modules, and then you get the tickets, you use them, and then it's like, oh, you can also use the gems for them. It's like, okay, so I can put my gems into them, but I'll get tickets again, right? Right? Wrong. Just tickets are gone after that. It makes no sense. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on that. Oh, that was a close one. Right. Might push up my health regen a bit as well, just because I think my regen might actually keep me going. Oh, Jesus, maybe not. When they started hitting me. Oof. So apparently it didn't matter if I clicked or not. Now we know. Well, this is something I need to double check, actually, right? So 1.2 million per hour. And my tier 1... Yeah, so it's so much better for me to do really short tier 7 runs. But it's not going to be quick in general. No! Oh, thanks. It lets me cancel. I meant to buy that one because it's more efficient points-wise. Right. So, tier 1 is not really good coin-wise for me. I mean, it lets me AFK. I'm going to try something different, and it's not going to work out very well. We should go back up to ×5. I'm going to push health regen first. See if we do better this way. Just with having that regen bonus. Maybe the average farming tier would be better than highest wave to not have too many campers of people just not pushing tiers. Okay, I think you're further behind than everyone else, Mr. Flipster. Right, so I'm assuming you're talking about when I was talking about like a ranking system for the tower. For the tower? Yeah, ranking system for matching people more evenly in tournaments. That's what I was looking for. Average farming tier. Yes, match everyone on the farming tier. Makes sense. Stop. But in a way, if people like aren't pushing up tiers because of where they're farming, like they're holding themselves back from getting milestones that are going to be useful, right? So camping doesn't make sense. I get what you're saying, but in my opinion, there's a trade-off there. Doing better in your tournaments or having like assist mods unlocked. But yeah, maybe the highest farming tiers, like your average farming tiers, because they have your last 20 runs. But then I guess people might just quickly run 20 runs and end them straight away just to clear that off and put you into a nicer bracket. Everything has kind of a downside to it, right? I suppose you did say you're based in Asia, so that's probably why there's more of a delay on the stream for you, Flipstar. I feel like the stream to Asia is much. Just trying to think, right? So, kind of in the middle. America. I feel like UK to America isn't as far as UK to Asia. I think that's right, actually, yeah. So, yeah, people in America won't be as much delay on the stream as Asia. Sorry for my brain taking a moment with geography, but, you know, I suck at geography. I don't suck. There's people much worse than me, but I just take my time to figure a couple of things out. So yeah, I just thought of something that bugged me. I just saw a clip, and I get like this whole sensationalism of videos and things and that, but basically someone was asking what 34 plus 66 was, and people were saying they need to write it down and figure out, and they can't just make a guess. And for me, that bugs me because it's such an obvious question. But then I understand that my level of education is higher than a lot of people's, but in my opinion that's a simple question. But also it depends on what you do for a living as well, in my opinion, right? So maths is very much involved in my job, my side hustle, and in YouTube, right? So I use math all the time, so I find that question easy. But if people that do things where they don't actually have to do maths that much, their mental arithmetic is going to be so much worse because it's a skill at the end of the day, and they're not using it. So really, I know this is completely nothing to do with the tower, but it was just something that popped into my head, so I thought, why not? I'll talk about it. Yeah. Also, that's something else that I wanted to talk about, right? So, background music. I currently am using Stream Tunes because they're DCMA free. I know a lot of our streamers use like AI generated tower music. I don't like that. Um, Lifetime coins would be a good way to link it. Actually, that is a good idea. That would be actually probably one of the fairest ways because you're still gonna have different builds in there and that. But I feel like that would be a really fair way to compare people. Like closest lifetime coins. There's no way of fudging that number, and like you will get people that have got higher econs, so that their build's going to be worse, and people that I guess that's the only way they could fudge it. But like that's foot-gunning yourself to fudge tournaments, right? If you deliberately didn't work on econ to have a stronger build. Stones would be a good way to work it. Yeah, actually, the reason stones would be a good way to work yes and no. The stones would be a great way to work it because that meant whales would get put against other whales. But then you also run the risk of... Well, actually, no, yeah. Thinking about it more, stones would work. Just thinking whales could be placed against people that have been playing for longer, but then that might average out anyway, so the whale's strength in stones may actually still compete them against the person with the extra research. Maybe. Depends. I was just thinking about Brian's and Conrad's situation, where Conrad's so much further up in tournaments, but has less stones, and that's all down to his research. That he would go against whales that would struggle. I think the whales would struggle against him. So that's a bit of an interesting one. But stones, I think lifetime coins or stones would probably be the best way to do a ranking from it. But again, unfortunately, I am not a dev for Tech2 games, as amazing as that would be. I would love to work on a game that like it would be a passion project at the end of the day. Like honestly, working on a game that you love to play, in my opinion, one of the best feelings. Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, Conrad, that basically it's not all pay to win. It's pay to progress faster, but not necessarily do better. So, one thing to bear in mind, though, right, with this as well, Conrad, is once Brian's has played the same amount of time as you, he has... Okay, and there we go. My mic decided to stop working. Thanks for letting me know. I don't know where it cut off. As you saw, I just unplugged and replugged in the mic, and it worked because I wasn't muted. I don't know what point it muted me at. Apologies. So I'm going to repeat what I said. So yeah, my mic just died, and now it's going really loud. Bear with me. I'm just going to double check. Settings. Yeah, no, it's still incorrect. It went really loud. Yeah, so as I said, I don't know where it got off, but once Brian's gets to the point that you're at now, Conrad, he will be like probably getting into Legends. Like that's the difference. So once his time matches your time, if he didn't buy any more stones at all, he would be further than you. If he continues to buy stones, even further, like far off into the future. So it is a case of don't increase progress, but don't guarantee you're going to be better than people with less stones. Time is still a factor. And then I also said about basically from the looks of it, I'm going to survive an extra 300 waves. And I do really like the way that, I mean, it doesn't look as good now as when I was saying it, but how the tanks form a nice extra wall around my wall with this battle condition. And that they only get hurt when something comes along and pushes them into my wall. Starting to build up again a bit. But then it's also a case of every so often, I think, even with max heat, they do deactivate and get pulled into the black hole. Only for a couple of seconds, though. But it does deactivate still, even at max heat, even though it says 300 seconds, 300 seconds. But it's very rarely that it deactivates. Mentioned 25 since July. That's a month of labs at best. I started late June. Is it only a month? I thought. Maybe it's down to econ. Is your econ there? I'm confused. I thought you started a bit earlier than that. Apologies. So half a month to a month compared to months of not a year of this. So even so, a half a month can make a lot of difference in labs. Or a month to half a month in labs can make a difference. Also, another thing that can make a difference is modules. There's so many things that can make a massive difference. I actually forgot that you're actually fairly new, Conrad. Apologies. I mean, 200 trillion, I guess. What's your lifetime coins, Brian's? July 30th. So basically an August account. There's about a month difference between you. But then, again, with the amount of stones, a month's time could progress you easily to catch up, Conrad. Because that's the thing, your labs are going to have heavy increases in comparison with the fact that your stones are invested in that much. 4 trillion. So yeah, that's one of the biggest differences, I think, because Conrad's at 200 trillion lifetime coins. So that's basically 50 times more lifetime coins. That's 50 times more investment into things. That's where a big difference is. I'm literally just running this for the extra stuff. 94, so I can do 2 more rolls. Oh, such a hard choice. Do I go new or previous? What do you think, chat? New or previous? Obviously, I'm gonna go with the new one. No question there. Right, so I need to get more. Fine. It's really kind of want to invest. Yeah, I'm going to invest in it because at the end of the day, it's going to help. Yeah, I've just gone down, but I'll get more. So I'm going to keep running this. It's going to help with getting more reroll shards. Insert sweating man gif saying between the same choices. I know, so difficult. That was me doing health regen, but then I forgot to keep clicking on health regen, wasn't it? I'll do a health regen again and see how well it does. Once I get the defabs back. Come on. I may have to get a new mic. That's weird that that's happened twice. Right, I've plugged it into a different port. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, I saw it like disconnect that time. It did look like some sort of short. So yeah, that was the thing that just happened. I don't even know what I was saying about because I just had to fix that. Hopefully it won't die again. I was saying about so you just started your econs, Brian. So you improve the progress, yeah. Right, yeah. I was saying about the fact that health regen is where I need to focus. It just seems like my mic's just suddenly got louder, plugging it into a different slot. Looking at the levels that it's come in with, so apologies if it was a bit loud there. Does the audio quality still sound okay just with plugging it into a different USB slot? I know that shouldn't make a difference, but I'd rather make sure. Brilliant. Right. We'll see if it stays okay or if it drops off again. I mean, I've had that problem happen before, but like it usually happens before I start a video, not during a video. So that's a weird one. Hopefully, it's just the USB port. It is a very old motherboard, so it could be an issue with the connection on the motherboard. The ports themselves are new. Like I bought a new power about 5 months ago. What do you think you need to do to get close to that consistency? Yeah, so right now, short-term goal, I want to stick in Legends. I don't want to get knocked out of Legends anymore just because of battle conditions. like I want to be able to get consistently 400 waves, even with battle conditions. Then, obviously, I want to try to get to keys. I'm not even going to be angry if I don't get higher than like the 2 keys per tournament. I just want to be able to get 2 keys per tournament, right? I'll be happy with that. Don't care about getting higher in the league. And as much as most people say where I'm at, you want to go into damage. Like I even asked in a previous video, what do you guys think? Do you think I should stay EHP or go into glass cannon or into hybrid to go to glass cannon? And I only got one response, but that one response was I should go into damage. But I think I want to see just how far I can push defense, like truly push defense and EHP. So my plan is I've been working on oh my god, my voice is gone. Come on, thank you. My voice just said no there. Wasn't the mic, that was my voice. So what I'm planning on doing is going basically full on defense. So I've been working on my econ for more than the last month, to be honest, but the last 3 weeks specifically I've really pushed econ. That's why I've made massive gains in my econ compared to what I've been doing previously. But I am now pushing into my defense. I say my defense, right? I'm pushing into my EHP build in general to do better. Now, from what I saw from one lab last night, my progress is going to be insane in the next tournament, in theory. Like, I think I'll be able to stick in. So I will have to scroll through everything, but basically I'll just show you now. So ignoring these two, because I spent 600 gems to do a trial with this. So 6,628 was the last normal run, but generally 6,580, 6,490, 6,630. So you can see it fluctuates, right? So I got like 600, 630 was the best one that I got, but sorry, 6,628, and then one lab level in something that's fairly quick for me to lab right now got me an extra 140 waves or 134 waves. Now that may have been a fluke, but I don't think so. I think if I can get an extra 100 waves per lab level, I am currently focusing on the right thing. So it was health regen. That's what I got. So I do still have my golden bot duration going on. So that is technically still econ sat in there. But I've got my health regen and my wall regen focus. That's what I'm focusing on. Once these are maxed, I'll go into increasing my health. But I've got one other thing that as soon as I get it, I am guaranteed to be staying in. Or in my opinion, I am guaranteed. Can you stop spawning? Sorry, just like, out of all the things, it is just like, seriously, spawn other elites. The game is probably ending my run early because it's just like, we can't spawn anything other than scatter. But yeah, sorry. Once I get Sharp Fortitude up to Ancestral and re-roll its effects, that is guaranteed to keep me in Legends. Because it's 2.5 times increase on my health regen. And I'm already increasing my health regen. Do better. So I know it's not like 2.5 times my waves, right? Because it gets more difficult, like exponential growth curve, right? I thought I died there when I saw that big explosion on that side, but I didn't, so it's all good. Yeah, so it's like an exponential growth curve, right? So it does get more difficult the higher the waves. But considering I'm already sitting like 300 to 400 waves-ish on like a good tournament, like, yeah, I forgot I was looking at the previous leagues. Scroll all the way up. I got 152 on a bad one, but a good one I'm at 433, right? So if I can get this bad one up to 400, I only have to double what I'm at the moment with League, which is fairly easy to do, to be honest. I could have probably got an extra like 70 waves out of that, but let's say sorry, an extra 20 waves out of that, but I didn't see the point of running again for an extra 20 waves because I was still getting knocked out of the tournament. So I feel like that increase will be enough when it's on the lower levels. So the biggest problem with that whole growth strategy on doing better is getting 2 of the module that I want. Like, if we have a quick look in here, I got Amplifying Strike. Oh my god, I didn't realize I was doing so bad. So I'm what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm 21 off a pity. I thought I had more like other ones in there, but no. I'm 21 off a pity one, and it's nowhere near guaranteed. Well, it's not guaranteed to be a Shout Fortitude. In fact, it's most likely not a Shout Fortitude. It's going to be that one mod for me that just never drops. I mean, when I say that as well, I say that with bearing in mind that I've got 2-star, 1-star, 2-star. I believe my G-Comp's 3-star actually. Sorry, not my G-Comp. My what was it? Is it? I've got one at 3-star. Could have sworn, but maybe not. No, I haven't got any 3-stars. I thought I had a 3-star somewhere, but no. 1-stars and 2-stars on the others, which means they're much further ahead than my Shout Fortitude. In fact, I just need one more to get 1-star. Shrink rate, I feel like it had more potential. Yeah, so I feel like focusing on health regen still isn't as good as Defabs for me. Or Dabs. I don't know why I keep calling it Defabs. I've got it equipped just because it was the first epic that I got. I can technically put this in instead, but not really going to do much. Right. Tier 7 battle. My mic's still working at least, so I think it was just the slot that was plugged in, which is annoying, but hey, what can you do? I'm half tempted now I've seen that to take off my health regen and change it over to the, like, rolling 10 cost at a time until I get defense abs, or dabs even, just because it's a bit better for me. So I'm actually just gonna take a quick toilet break because I've been streaming for 2 hours 48 minutes, so I'll be back. And I've drunk a litre of water as well. I need to refill my water actually. Might tie my hair whilst I'm away. Should be okay to leave. Make sure my mic works when I get back as well. Right, I'm back and my audio's still working. And was I gone that long? Or I just not clicked on that one before I went? Yeah, after this one, I'm going to unlock health regen and re-roll for defense absolute. I think it's going to do much more me progress-wise. I thought health regen was actually being quite helpful, but that one there where I was just clicking health regen, I got much less progress compared to just clicking defense absolute. I can see how, especially with my build, my run can be ended early by bad luck. See, a Ray spawned much nicer. I mean, obviously Rays do a chunk of damage, but 16 scatters, just it breaks down into 16 at the end, so that's hits from 16 enemies that have got heat up. Really increases the amount of damage that I take. And then compared to a Ray hitting me a couple of times at double damage, I'll take the Ray any time of day against the scatter, especially if you get multiple scatters, because then you goes from 16 to 32 to 40. I want to say 48. Yeah, 48. It's just ridiculous how much damage you end up taking from them. A scatter is basically a shotgun blast against your tower on its own, especially for defense builds. Everything else is just meh, whatever. You know, I know it's not ideal, but seeing that I'm so close to getting a pity, I am so tempted, but it's really not efficient. I'd have to buy 2 and wait a little bit, and then I'd be 1 off a pity, but then you'd be able to see if I'm going to get pity instead. It's not an effective use of my event tokens. I keep calling them event tokens. What is the name of the currency? Medals. I don't know why I was thinking otherwise. Hey David, how you doing? I'm definitely going to be going up into Legends again, but I'm currently higher than everyone, and I started off lower. So I'm definitely going to go in, but there is one person who I really don't understand what's going on with them. Oh, they've moved actually. Where was it? Are they actually just doing the run then? Where is he? Should have remembered the name. It would have been better. Where art thou? Bluff could potentially be an issue. I mean, there's a few people that I can see might give me a run for my money, but there's one that has the potential to take the lead, but I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not going to be able to find him now, am I? Did he only do one? I thought he did more than one wave. Where are you? Come on, where are you, mister? There's someone that's on tier 19, but there's a weird thing about it. I will read your message in a moment, Conrad. I'm just trying to find this. I did see that you had message straight after. Is he already running up? Can't be up here, can he? Or is he? I think he might have been one of the ones that had only run one, but I thought he'd run more than one. Right, so which one is it? Is it? I think it's Bianca. Yeah, the last one that I clicked on, right? So I feel like Bianca has the potential to beat me because they've tier 19 wave 70, but then they've only ever got highest rank champion 12, so that's a bit weird. I don't know what's going on there. So yeah, definitely going back up, but Just don't know. What's the reason for you running normal Blender range instead of range lab 15 in order to line up with wave skip orbs to kill inside the black hole? So probably could have a look at changing it, not gonna lie. The original reason why I was just running normal range is because it gave me full coverage. I think actually I still do need it, right? So I lost my mouse. These points here, my issue is if the ray is at this point here and not inside a black hole, it does 80% more damage to me. So it was literally just to try and make sure that rays do not sit out of that line at like a very low chance to sit there. I know it's a very low chance for them to get there, right? But I just didn't want the chance of that happening, because that's one thing that was killing me before the scatters started killing me, was literally just having rays just sat outside of the corner and doing like basically 5 times more damage. I might finish first, but I'm not going to get much more waves from the looks of it. I almost just lost my wall. Once I get Sharp Fortitude to Ancestral, I'll be laughing, but that could be forever. I feel like I'm too close to my mic again. No, I'm fine. As long as my mic continues to work. And this is another reason why I need to work on my health regen rate as well. But I got knocked down so much by the fact that I got so many scatters all turn up at once. Day 7, it was literally just 2 at once. And then it took so long for the health regen to actually get it back up. So I'm probably going to lose my wall this time. We'll see. If it looks like I'm going to lose my wall, I will use my nuke, but I think I'm okay. The thing is as well, using my nuke, I've got to be so careful about timing it. I've got to use it at the right time against the scatter. So when there's mostly children is when you've got to use it. Oh, shit. There we go. I managed to save my wall, so I'll get a bit further. I thought I'd get 1,700, honestly, but it doesn't look like I'm going to. I could probably slow down a little bit. Might help me get a bit further, but doubt it. I also have the second wind nuke. So I'll wait for that as well. So the most optimal path to getting to GC, I'm assuming you mean Golden Combo? I would say forget about Golden Combo right now, in my opinion. If that's what you're referring to by GC. Or Glass Cannon. Oh yeah, I think you're meaning Glass Cannon, sorry. GC, I just thought Golden Combo, apologies. So, in my opinion, you're too early for Glass Canyon. Oh my god, I need sleep. Glass Cannon. Now, the reason I say you're too early for Glass Cannon is I am currently running a Glass Cannon on this one, which is what? 14 billion coins earned. I am struggling to high heaven. It has been sat at this much progress for so long, it's not even funny. So for now, you are better off pushing into EHP build, efficiency wise, until you get not where I am. You should go Glass Cannon before this. So once you're farming like tier 10, like basically where Conrad is, in my opinion, that is kind of the point where you can move over to starting to do more hybrid, in my opinion. Like farming tier 10 at a high level, like 7,700 waves. I feel like you can start pushing more into glass cannon at that point. But it's dealer's choice. If you want to go glass cannon now, by all means, just start doing it. Start researching your damage labs and make sure you get the two most important ultimate weapons. So you've got your chain lightning and your chrono field. And then you basically want to get your chrono field permanent as soon as possible. Pump into damage on your chain lightning and chance, and make sure you get dim core. And you'll want project funding most likely to do even more damage. And basically, it's just working out everything glass cannon wise. I'd definitely say use effective path sheet. It's definitely helpful, but don't blindly follow it. And then, sorry, I forgot to get back to your comment, Conrad. So, what's the reason for you to run normal blender range? Oh no, I did get to that, didn't I? Yeah, it is literally just for those rays. For some reason I thought I hadn't read it. I'll read it again. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to re-roll this, but take this off just so that I can try and get better. Oh my god. Oh, what is this? Oh. If you're wanting to prioritize going to a damage build, in my opinion, again, not gospel, just my opinion, you would probably want to get Chrono Field over Spotlight if you're wanting to focus on getting Glass Cannon build. I mean, at least this time they're swapped around, right? It's not the exact same. Yeah, I'll embrace the progress. Having the epic second, it is progress. Oh, as if that just happened. I'm actually surprised, it's quite weird there. I don't know if you guys saw. I think it's just because of my damage, actually. This account keeps trying to advertise that I should pay for things. It's annoying me. But yeah, so it felt like my chain lightning actually killed some of these before they got to my tower, which I'm surprised by, considering. But considering like they were taking my wall down, right? I'll just complete this poison swamp one. Should have really changed over to Death Ray and Demon mode. Did I not change my cards on this one? I did change my cards. I just don't have Death Ray and Demon mode. I forgot to change my cards for running my farming run though. There we go. You do need both. Spotlight first, as it also gives you coins. Yes. The thing is that I was thinking about reason. Yeah, so reasoning for Chain Lightning first, in my opinion. Sorry. Reason for Chrono Field first, in my opinion, is it takes longer to do the labs for Chrono Field than it does for Spotlight. Spotlight will give you more econ, yes, so it can be more helpful. I'm just thinking of, if you're wanting to go Glass Cannon, those labs for Chrono Field take so long, it may be worth picking that one up first. But Mr. Flipster does have a really good point. Your Spotlight does give extra econ. The only problem is it does need stone investment to get to a point where it's actually really helping. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, in my opinion, maybe do a little bit more research, decide which way you want to go. I just feel like that's why I would try to prioritize Chrono Field, because they're really long labs. But in a way, Econ's king, so maybe Spotlight first, but you're gonna have to be researching into Spotlight. So like say stone investment, because you'll need to get like 50% angle, 3 waves like beams really to make it to a point where it's making a massive change to your econ, like an efficient change even. Just debating, do I use demon mode before second wind or after second wind? I'm actually surprised, right? In my farming runs, when my wall goes down, I die pretty much instantly after. Like, literally, my second wind will go, and then my tower pops as soon as second wind ends. This time, it's a case of my wall's gone, and my actual main health is keeping me alive. It's weird. I don't know what the difference is. If the only reason you want to go glass cannon is for the tournaments, that's something I would be cautious of. So my main account is not glass cannon in any way. I am currently bouncing between champions and legends, and I'm full on defense. I feel like defense is actually better until endgame. Like endgame. I feel like, yeah, I'm at a point where I could potentially have pushed across. It might have been a bit better for me to be damaged at this point, but defense / EHP is still doing me really well. Perks? What about perks? I'm confused. Oh, right, yeah, no. Perks are the exact reason, thanks, Conrad, that my tower is lasting longer this time. I would say EHP, right? Because I was there as well. I wanted to do better in my tournaments. I wanted to push my tournaments. But lower levels, EHP is going to do better in your farming. You're going to get more coins compared to being in glass cannon. And that is going to give you much more progress to getting higher in your tournaments. My second wind is about to pop, essentially. Or not. So, like Mr. Flips has just said, damage becomes relevant in Legends. I would say, unless you get into the point of Legends, don't bother going glass cannon just yet. Focus on EHP and Econ for now. You will progress in tournaments just naturally from doing better defense and EHP wise. But I do get the whole thing of glass cannon. I was there. I asked people how I could make my build more glass cannon. So that this was back probably 3-4 months ago, and now I've stuck with defense, and I am currently #1 in champions this time, going back into legends again. Hoping that I'm going to get to 1,700 because that's kind of where I want to be every time I run a champions. So yeah, keep. I'd say keep Blender. Only do Devo if you actually have the time to sit at your phone or PC and micromanage. Devo is good. I'm not one to really talk about Devo because I don't like micromanaging. The reason that I love this game is because it's AFK. Other than the tournament, the tournament's a nice change of pace, right? But I'd say Blender is probably going to be really good for you for now. Just stick with Blender. If you do micromanage, look at doing a Devo. Only do wall Devo if, like I said earlier in the stream, I know you weren't speaking then, so you weren't really in. Only use the wall if it doesn't shorten your runs. So make sure you've got at least 8% damage. Wall thorn, sorry, yeah. So it's not got all that overheat damage happening on your wall before the enemies hit your tower, because that'll end your run sooner. I'm actually really surprised at how well I'm doing. I thought when my wall went, I was gonna like not make it to 1,700. Now I'm pretty much guaranteed to make it to 1,700. It does look like my chain lightning is still popping a few of them. Possibly. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I blended for most of my tower career, and I don't regret blendering. I mean, in fact, I'm technically still using Blender. No regrets here. I know that there's orb devos that are AFK friendly, but not only are the higher like lifetime coins, a lot of them are like you have to have free-upped mastery and things, and it's just a bit ridiculous in my opinion. Yeah, so stick with Blender. Just remember, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I was like, what happened there? But I got a recovery package at the right time. I thought my second wind was about to pop. But yeah, so just remember, it is a marathon, not a sprint in this game. Like, in a couple of months, you will see the progress from sticking to Blender. Well, it depends. It depends on, like, sometimes you research something or you'll get the right module and it'll make a nice jump up for you. It's one of the reasons why I started making my weekly update videos. Sometimes there's not much changed, but I'm always so surprised when I look back on the week and I'm like, has it actually been a week? Like, is that how far my account's progressed? Like, I'll think that like it's. So I'll explain that a bit better. Sorry, and I know I just stuttered on my words, but like, there's times where I think there's no progress. What is the point of me making this video? Well, then when I'm reflecting on it, I'm like, oh my god, I've actually made so much progress in the last week, and I've just not seen it. So I'm not saying like make progress videos every week, but maybe keep track of like your highest wave for the last week. Keep track of your lifetime coins that week, like just on a notepad or something. Just write down where you were, and then each week just go back to it and look, see what progress you've made in a week, and you'll actually be impressed in the changes that you get. You gonna spend some on the Black Friday thing, so you're looking for an optimal. That's fair. I'd say most likely it'd be best to just go into your econ from Black Friday. Just invest in econ. That'll do you best. Because they're still there, I'm gonna do my demon. If there was no scatters, I wouldn't have activated my demon mode so straight away. But I saw I got over 1700 anyway, so demon mode activated. Probably could have survived. There was only a couple of scatters, but I didn't want to risk it. I wanted to get that extra push. That being said, if those scatters didn't kill me, how far would have I got? I'm just watching, looking for a scattered spawn. So that's 3 waves extra if I'd waited. Oh my god, that skip there was insane. But yeah, I'd have got so much further if I just had a little bit of patience. There we go. So I'd have got an extra 8 waves. That's bad. I could have got an extra 8 waves if I just risked being hit. Or I could have just ended there, I guess. There was times the HP was better than Glass Cannon late game, but Econ was always good regardless. I mean, that's the thing. Invest in your Econ, especially early game. Try and get your Econ maxed as soon as possible. That way, whatever build you go for in the future, you're going to get there quicker. Econ is always king, full stop. The sooner you get your Econ maxed, the longer your Econ is maxed for, the more progress you're going to make overall the longer you play the game, right? Just going to have a look. 388 waves, 65 waves. Right, this is what should kill me. in theory. Or it could just be nice because the way that the... No, right, I'm definitely gonna die here. My wall is about to pop. Yeah, there's 3 scatters in now. Am I going to get a death defy at all? There we go, died. I didn't see a death defy happen. Currently rank 1, 1,730 ways. I'm happy with that. Nice gap between me and second. I will update people. Well, yeah, you'll see if I finish. Well, yeah, in my Friday video, I'll just say whether I finished first or not. There we go. 3,000, that would be nice. 320 more stones and 600 gems. Right, so demon mode completed. We do not touch the tournament one. Workshop upgrades. Right, so you need to set up for the farming run then. Thank you, David. So yeah, I was just thinking, going back to what I was saying, if you're going to invest in your econ until your econ's maxed, in my opinion. Come on, let's see if we can make it. And then need to change over to a black hole digester. I mean, I've made it past 90, but there's no way I'm making it to 100. Even if I do that, because each wave they're just doing more and more damage. Yep, dead. Right, so I think I'll be able to get 2 rolls. I think I get 1 or 2 rolls. 2 rolls, okay. This might do better. Right, I'm going to save this. Almost went previous there. And then I can go back to that one. We'll see how that one goes. I'll run that, but I'll do that off stream. I need to get on and do things. I've been streaming for 3 hours 19 minutes now. Right, so that's correct. That's correct. I always forget at least one thing, but I think I've got everything this time. You know what? I know I'll probably regret it later, but I'm going to do it. A waste of medals, I know. But let's see. Can we get an epic? Oh no. I knew it was going to happen. So... Oh no. I guess I counted wrong. So... We've got 2 more pulls before guaranteed. Unfortunately, I have no way to other way to get gems right now. So guaranteed epic. There we go. Yeah, so we'll start a tier 13 farming run. So yeah, my next draw is a pity pull. I might draw 1 at a time, just see if I get it just before the pity pull. Like, yeah, 1 thing at a time. So that's everything. Thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure to speak to you all. I look forward to seeing you on the next stream. And I'll try and keep releasing a video a day, but I can't guarantee that with it being 1 PM now. I've got like 4 hours to record a couple of videos, but I've also got other things to do before that. So what I do as well with my farming runs, generally, regardless of if I've got time or not, I will stick around for the first like 100 waves just to click into my enemy attack level skips, just because like obviously I go 10 waves at a time, and then I'll just leave it after that for my farming. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, or get some good sleep if you've stayed up, because a few of you, I know it's early hours in the morning. Been a pleasure. Ciao for now.